Equal Pay Day.
Naším dalším hostem je Mounia El Hilali a Acherkouk Yakhlef, generální ředitelka IKEA pro Česko, Slovensko a Maďarsko. IKEA patří právě k lídrům v oblasti rovných příležitostí. Já jsem moc ráda, že tu s námi teď Mounia je. Hello Mounia, welcome to the conference.
Hello, dobrý den. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello.
Mounia, we are very proud that we have you there, and this virtual floor is yours. You can start.
Thank you, thank you. Dobrý den, good morning, Marie, Lenka, ladies and gentlemen, because I saw that there is some gentlemen connected as well. So I think this is about equality, and equality is about gender balance as well. So I'm very happy to be here. Before I start to share with you a little bit about what is our agenda for the equality in IKEA, I would like to take just a small moment to honor and appreciate probably some of you or people from you and your family in this situation that are both working for the medical sector, men and women, that today are really fighting against this sanitary crisis we're going through all together. I think that they are really the true heroes. And I have a lot of appreciation for all of you, your family, your close people that are doing an amazing job at this moment. And of course, it's as well a big appreciation for everybody that is working from home. Home has become office, has become home, has become everything. And I know as well that it's not easy when you have kids, so a lot of courage and energy for all of you that are working from home and fighting with the kids and trying to do the best out of it. And as well, big appreciation for all the people that are still going to work, to serve food, to serve medication, to serve needs that we still have in this not easy situation for all of us. So just wanted to take 1 minute to really, really appreciate all of you in this very difficult time we're into. Then, as we said here as well, it's a fight against sanitary crisis, but it's we have a lot of people fighting as well for keeping a good financial situation for the people. And here I would like to give my biggest appreciation to you, Lenka, the organizer of the event, that through your determination, motivation and energy really turning from one day to the other this conference into a digital conference, because this equality in business is very important. So thanks for that. I feel extremely honored as a partner to be part of it today, even if behind the screen. So thanks very much for that. Then I would now start to guide you through how in IKEA we work with the equality agenda. So I will start to say click. You will see a couple of slides. I will comment. I think first of all, maybe you have introduced me, but very quickly, my name is Mounia El Hilali. I'm the responsible for IKEA Czech Republic, Hungary, and Slovakia, and as well have in the scope of responsibility the sustainability agenda that goes hands in hands with the people agenda, and I will be sharing a little bit more about that. So as you can see, this beautiful picture that is as well talking about who we are. And IKEA is, first of all, a humanistic company. And our purpose that guides us every day, it's about creating a better life for many, many, many people around the world. I would like to share with you that creating a better life for the many people right now as a little bit shift around. And we have been during this period seeing amazing humanistic collaboration through the co-workers, where the co-workers have been really mobilized themselves. How can we support the society? Because in the plan we have in IKEA, it's about people and it's about supporting them in their everyday life. It's not only what you see now, it's a front page of our plan, which means that equality is not only a statement through the values, but it's definitely something that all the leaders are following through a clear plan that we have, that we call People and Planet Positive IKEA. And the first arrow are really much about our agenda on sustainability that I will not be walking you through, but it's more talking about the purple one, which is about fair and inclusiveness. Fair and inclusiveness, it's about fair business, where we do want to see a win-win situation when we do business. It's about doing business in an inclusive way. Being inclusive is important, a component of our equality plan, because we believe that working with equality, it's good for business. And I think that when we understand that and we lead that through our activities, it's become more obvious how to work with it. Yeah, so I will come back to the goals, but I think that having the equality agenda, it's not only a value statement. We have set some goals for that, and I think that is very, very important point. That we not only mean it with words, but we really want to measure it. If you can stay here a little bit for a moment, I will just comment a little bit about the goal setting, because I think it is very important. It's very important that we measure what do we mean by equality. And for us, we have different KPIs that is about gender equality, 50-50, so 50% men, 50% women, and we measure this throughout all the IKEA units. It's about equal pay with zero gap, so we monitor and make sure that we have zero gap in the payment. It's about inclusion index, and we measure how do we work with being inclusive when we recruit mainly. And it's about as well making sure that we have staff that is diverse. Diverse in age, diverse in background, diverse in many different aspects. We see diversity in IKEA as a true benefit, actually. Then I think here I want to hold a little bit, because I think that it's important that when we are recruiting people, considering talent within our teams, for us in IKEA is very important that we are not necessarily recruiting through the CV, meaning that taking into consideration necessarily only your background, your studies level, and so on. But we look at your skills, ability. We look as well at your motivation and your passion, because we believe that this is very important element to take into consideration. We as well take into consideration that equality is a human right that everybody has. And often we all as a human being work with unconscious bias. And unconscious bias, it's very interesting to stop and think. How much bias do I have when I look at someone? How am I judged by the society when I'm doing something? How do we look at the frame and see that it's important that being inclusive, it's excluding some unconscious bias, like your religion, your background, your gender, your sexual orientations, and really making sure that we try to see people for who they are, for their talents, for their skill, for their passion, and their ability to bring something. Working with equality is not only about looking at salaries. Salaries is, of course, very important, and we have to reward the people when they do same job at the same level. But it's very important that in equality, we look at how are we inclusive and not making any discrimination. Because I think that it's good to use some strong words like discrimination and to really understand what does that mean and how important it is to work with that and be conscious about it. Here probably is about sharing that equality is a responsibility of all of us, and it's not only the leader responsibility, it's not only CEO responsibility, it's a responsibility we have all of us to act in the society with a positive approach on what equality means. And as I said, I think it's very important that equality is a human right. And then with that, we need to stop and think, what does that mean? And how can I translate this in my everyday life? The way it can be very small steps even in the everyday life, not only the life at work, but for example, for the one who has kids, the way we are educating our kids. It's very important. How we bring the equality in the values at home. How do we raise our kids regarding these topics? How do we as a leader show the good example about equality? How do we show up in the society and share good examples? Because I think that what Lenka is doing with this conference is trying to bring people to show examples, to explain the definition of equality. What does that mean? What do we need to do? It's about action, not only statement, because action talks better than 1,000 words. And to probably say that if I talk about myself, I am an extremely diverse person. I'm half Moroccan, half French, raised in France, live in Czech Republic. From a humble family, I'm a mother of 3 kids. And I can say as well that I have as well my struggles, I have my challenges, I have my unconscious bias I try to fight every day. But more important is my love for humanity. And I would say that let's make the world a better place for all of us, putting our voices together, our brain together, and understanding and having the same definition on what equality means, and putting the right action in place, showing example, sharing example that it's possible to make it happen. So thank you very much. I had so much to say with this topic, but I tried to really keep it in a short time. And yeah, it was, I hope I could guide you through somehow. If you have any question, of course, I'm happy to take them. Even the presentation was a little bit, yeah, going faster, but I hope it has a little bit of something.
Mounia, sorry to confuse the slides for you, and I have their question now for you. Dear Mounia, you have mentioned you have 0 gender pay gap in IKEA. Could you please elaborate on how did you measure it and how you close it, if you had any before?
Yeah, thank you. It's a very good question. So as I was saying, and probably one slide was missing, but it's okay. It was about the goal setting. And of course, what we see is, for example, if I take a concrete example, we have a unit or one store, maybe I can be concrete, one store, 350 co-worker. In the 350 co-worker, for example, we have, let's say, 10 job category, right? In the 10 job category, we do secure that for each category, we have 50% of men and women. And in this category, each category has a salary level, but as every company is working with. And this, we apply the salary level band or the salary band to each category. And within the category, we secure gender gap. And we measure that with numbers, with Excel files, we have extraction from the system, and we monitor it. So something that is very important is that when we start the year, we give to each and every leader in IKEA around the world, not only in our organization in Czech Republic, a clear goal set that they have to follow up. And one goal is obvious, is okay, how much do we sell and how much, but one important goal as well is about the gender. So how do we balance the gender and how we secure that the payment is done in the right way? Is that the question?
Okay, thank you. I have the live question. Miroslava has raised her hand. You can ask.
Okay, thank you for a great presentation. Hi. I would like to ask about, actually, you have experience from many different countries and many different environments. Sometimes maybe more, even more men-driven than the Czech Republic is. You mentioned fair business and win-win situations for actually both sides, men and women. And so what do you think Czech women do right? And where do you see possibilities to do things better, to actually contribute to that win-win situation?
So do I understand right that your question is how in the Czech society the woman can contribute to the gender?
Yeah, what is your opinion when you compare the Czech society and, for example, France, Spain, Morocco?
Yes.
So what do you think we do better than the women in the other countries and in the other environments, and where we could actually learn from women in these countries?
Yes, I think there is what we call, the taboo. So taboo is something that we have. It's a kind of issue, but we don't dare really to talk about it in public and so on. So I think that one of the first steps is to do what we're doing now, is to raise the topic, right? So to raise the topic, to raise the voice, to talk about it, because there's probably as well for many women in the Czech Republic, sitting everyone in his corner thinking it's not possible, how am I going to do that, having the as well how do the previous generation look at it as well, your parents, your family. So I think that if we can get out of that, this is what I see a lot, for example, in Czech Republic, and then I will come back to other countries, but that, of course, we have a generation before that see things with their own reality, that the reality that has changed today, that is changing today. And then, of course, we cannot compare the society before, where probably even in time of communism, after communism, and I can see that the country is really doing an amazing evolution. And with this evolution come a lot of question mark, right? And then so it's important to raise this question mark. It's important to share the stories and to see, okay, how do you do that? Is it possible? I hear a lot in Czech Republic, if I go to work, I'm seen as a bad mother. If then I'm staying home. Then if I stay home, you stay home, and then you're stuck home for 6 years, and then you start to think, oh my God, then it's difficult for me to come back to work because things have changed so fast that I don't feel very confident to come back to work. And then you need the confidence. Sometimes you need this one who give you a hand and tell you it's okay to be a mother and to take your time at home, but it's okay to come back at work, because this is the new reality. This is the new reality we are facing. And so from one side, I think this is about the eyes from the society that we need to somehow face and help each other to fight against, I would say, with good example. Then there is a clear, probably there is some countries that are more aware in the society that, because it's proven by studies and so on, that the balance between men and women, it's good business. It makes money because people work is more creative. When you are balanced, you're more creative because men has capacity, as some skills that women don't have, and women have some skills that men don't have. But you need the two to make a good, I would say, working environment. You know, we always say the yin-yang, it's about the balance. And I think that gender is a yin-yang. It's about the balance if we want to make sure that we can strive for good results.
Mounia, sorry that I interrupt you, but our time is getting too close. Please, if you can stay connected with us, so look at chat, because there is a lot of question for you. I would like to thank you that you were there with us. I would like to thank you for your nice words for us and for the support of IKEA and you personally for our conference. Thank you so much and please stay with us. Mounia El Hilali, generální ředitelka IKEA, Česká republika, Slovensko, Maďarsko. Thank you. Thank you.